Hey guys, Adam here at DirectionTrader.com. Let's go over these markets from today and talk about what we see going into tomorrow. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say it was a pretty uneventful day all in all. Here we're actually looking at the S&P. I'm going to venture away from here pretty quick and go right to the Russell. The S&P, you can see we're right up in this range here of resistance. Obviously, you have these swing highs, all kinds of support and resistance through here, whether it be these swing highs or all these, these intraday high levels that we see back here. A bunch of intraday high levels that we tested here on the S&P today. Not to mention this topping tail candle that we have back here from a couple weeks ago. So it's pretty clear that we are absolutely into some resistance here on a daily chart. So going into tomorrow, we're going to need to see a huge lift in order for me to be looking for long trades. Other than that, I'm going to be playing the aggressive shorting opportunities here, basically fading this resistance here. More importantly, let's move on here. I do want to hit on the Russell a little bit more, simply because the Russell is very interesting to me. We've been really focusing on it simply because of this big drop here. The Russell, I know you can't see it down here. We don't have it on this chart, but it's really had some divergence here on our indications here. I actually took them off just a second ago messing with it, but if you have a stochastic or a MACD on your daily chart of the Russell, it's been making higher highs, but it's absolutely been making lower highs on the indications down below. You can look at that on your own charts if you'd like. So it was just a matter of time till we watch this thing just fall off here. I also want to note that the Russell here is absolutely the weaker of the four. So the Russell having this sell-off while the others are staying up near resistance might be speaking to us just a little bit here. Maybe this Russell has the potential to drag down the markets. I'm not for sure just yet. I'm not going to go ahead and basically place the farm on it just yet. But today we were very, very intrigued the way that the Russell here. As the Russell popped up here, we did take one Russell long right there. We took that pullback. Had a nice fill there. It moved right up to a resistance that we were talking about. Basically, you go back to last week, and we're talking about Tuesday's lows. We're talking about Wednesday's lows. We're talking about the open of Thursday, and then the 21 EMA here on the daily chart. All came in at the exact same level. So as price was taken off this morning, took a very nice pullback here to the long side, but we did not keep on taking these pullbacks because we knew that we were hitting into resistance there, and we were just waiting here. Was it really possible that this thing could push higher, or are we running out of steam right at resistance? And that obviously proved to be the what really happened here. So we stopped trading to the long side here. Had this little somewhat double top here at that resistance that we were talking about, and from there it just kind of trickled its way back. So, is it exciting? No, but we do have a pretty nice topping tail candle. So going into tomorrow, any type of sell activity we can see intraday, I'm on board, guys. Other than that, it's going to be a pretty good ways before I get too interested and aggressively trade this thing to the long side. I'm sorry about that. Probably more than just a retest of this today's highs. Even to break through today's highs, you're going to have the 50 coming back on top of you. You got all these bottoming and topping tail candles here that we have to contend with at these different levels up here on the Russell. So it's going to be a heck of a climb to get this thing to the upside, but it won't take much if we start to see some selling. So I will be looking to the short side. Any short side opportunity I can see tomorrow, I'll probably be looking to get active here on the Russell. And let's take a look at crude. Let's get crude to pull up here. Very interesting today in crude with, sorry about that, guys. Still loading it. Okay, here on crude, we are at this resistance. We just cannot get this thing. What I'm looking at here is we have a resistance. We can obviously see that with this consolidation that we had last week at that resistance. We popped above it, and now here we are consolidating it. The pattern itself says it's a bull flag. Okay, that's pretty simple. But if you look, we've had one push, two push, three push, four pushes. How many more are we going to get before it actually pauses? Well, now if we were in the direction of some massive trend, you'd say, well, it can go 10, 12 pushes. You're right, it can. But this is coming off of a low. Okay, so do I think that it's going to tank? Probably not. Do I think that if we get some selling, it would be just fine for us day traders to be very aggressive to the short side? Yes, I do. Okay, so today didn't pull the trigger much. Took one little bitty trade here in this instrument and couldn't pull the trigger much. What we saw was an early sell-off, and then it didn't really consolidate sideways, but it consolidated down. Okay, so all this is basically a chop zone in my trading opinion. So we had a nice pop up here. We kind of just danced around here under the pivot. The trade we actually took was this one right here. We went long right there, trading it up towards the pivot. As you see, it didn't quite get there. We ended up getting stopped out for a small profit. We ended up getting a trailing profit, and then the market rolled right back over. Did I start getting short again? No, because I kept saying in the room, this is the same thing as a sideways consolidation. There's a lot of support and resistance coming through here, a lot of confusion coming through here, and sure enough, what happened? A whole bunch of chop. So guys, really make sure you start looking left, find that support or resistance. Even though something may look just so beautiful on the hard right edge of your screen, you get this magic move, you still look left, find that support or resistance. Don't get yourself caught up in some chop and a little bit of false advertisement here and on one of the directions or the other. So going into tomorrow, if we can get out of this 3-day range, we're still stuck in this 3-day range. You go all the way back to Thursday, and we have the exact same range 3 days in a row. Okay, let's get out of this range. Higher or lower, I'm willing to trade either one. Okay, so that's it, guys. Hope you enjoy these videos. It's Monday the 4th. See if we can have a little pullback here in May for the indexes. No guarantees yet, but we can still be looking for it. But that's it for me tonight. If you have any questions, get a hold of me, Adam@directiontrader.com. If not, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in tomorrow's recap.